This is Need for Speed Unbound, and I am so excited to be back. You know how this game makes me feel. Also, what the hell is going on? Everybody out here to see my American muscle. Get out of the way! Yes! Sorry, I'll calm down. I don't know why that happens. It's happened again, but this time for Need for Speed Unbound, everything's going a little bit crazy, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate exactly to you today. You've already seen it. What if I told you we had monster trucks in the game? What if I told you extended customization? And what if I told you interior customization? I will show you throughout this video. Look, you may already know the customization on this Dodge already goes apartmental, or flat if you're British. Sorry, but we have got some extended customization for this, and I will get to the monster truck. But first things first, without the silliness, someone has actually put the time in to create something pretty substantial here. Now, what I'm going to do is going to look a little bit weird. First off, I want to give a massive thank you to the creator of this mod and the creators of these mods, which we'll be going through, because my friends, these guys are doing some amazing work, and you gotta bless them up a little bit. This one's created by JBSK. I'll link all of them down below in the description, as I always do. This thing got a whole roll cage in here. Now, a little frustrating that I can't put the side skirts on and the roll cage, but you know what? Doesn't matter. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna put on these rear fenders. Wait, did that change my side skirts? Ah, okay. When I tell you I was sold at this, you'll understand why in a minute. What in the flying Christ? I don't know why. There's a guy in my comment section recently that just puts Jesus and God quotes every time I say, like, Jesus Christ or for God's sake. Hey, you do you, my friend. You do you. And we've also got this. Remove. Essentially, an air brake. I can't remember what I called it before, but someone shouted, let's stop shouting at me. Stop it. It's not how you win, okay? Anyway, we're not going with the parachute. I wish there were both. Let me have both, to be completely honest with you. So if we go over to the exhaust, look at these exhausts. There's 10 exhausts, and you'll notice at some point, they kind of just disappear. That's because they're in the bloody hood. A little bit of spicing up later, and we are done. Technically not, though. There is a slight glitch with this. There is supposed to be new lights, and to get them I have to disable the mod, reboot the game. So we need to go in and buy the Speed Hunters headlights. I believe it's the Speed Hunters ones. Quit the game, reapply the mod, and hell yes, that looks so freaking sick. I believe this actually might be one of their first mods, if not their first mod for Need for Speed Unbound. So the fact that they've made this is so freaking insane. It looks monstrous. I cannot tell you how much I've been begging for some insane customization like this for the muscle cars, because I feel like they get left behind every bloody game. Imagine this menacing thing coming up behind you. Even he's scared. Now, I think there's supposed to be a blower on the front. I broke it, probably. But nonetheless, this is so fucking sick. Okay, let's check out what else he made. Listen, we're gonna fix this. Oh god, why did it spawn me up? Look, there's two possibilities here. I've got the stance mod installed, but also who cares? This is fucking hilarious. Right, what I'll do is I'll buy another one. Yes, there we go. So we can use it in combination with the stance mod. At least so far, it seems likely. Yep. And we can, oh bro. It did not like that. That's fucking sick. It seems like you can catch it off guard and maybe spawn the wheels too quickly. But when you go back, it works. So I'm going to find some wheels that suit that. What the hell is going to suit this? Now, depending on the type of tire, the different, the better the experience. These actually don't look too bad because, of course, the texture is just being stretched to all hell. It would appear these are probably the cleanest, the more like classic hot rod tires. But I think these at the front, these like off-road ones, are definitely the way I'm going. It's a pissing monster truck, of course I am. So there's obviously going to be some quirks. Like, for example, I'm customizing the tail lights right now. And you can't see it all. I mean, it is all the way up here. Now, I've got to be real. One thing I really wish with this is that I had the customization parts from the other one, like the cage and stuff, and I could put them in this. Bro, why do you keep breaking? Stop breaking, please. But at the same time, oh, my blower's completely broken. I don't think that's a him problem. I think that must be my Unite mod just breaking. Because of the stance mod, I can also change the track width. Yeah, this is gonna be brutal. I'll also put a little bit of camber on there, just for naturality. Then we'll do a quick upgrade, and it is time to test this thing out. All right, we are done. Let's get up out of here. Oh my God. Yeah, fully upgrading him is probably the best idea I had. Holy crap. Yeah, the blower, I mean, it's still kind of, it's like a Bluetooth blower. That's what it is. It's all you need. They actually adjusted the camera as well, so everything fits, which is absolutely a fantastic move. The AI obviously have no concept of what I'm driving right now, but I would be terrified if I were them. I am terrified. Ooh, let's see how we do. Look, it's a monster truck. I'ma hit things. It would be so fun if you like modified the mass of it as well. That is something you can do, and it's something I did back in Need for Speed Heat, because basically you can cause a hell of a lot more havoc if you weigh more. Who would have thunk? Why are these people all still here? My game just... Whoa. Maybe if this was all-wheel drive, I could mount many things. Because the camera's higher as well, I've got like a whole new perspective on this map. Oh yeah, in case you didn't realize as well, side exit exhausts, because how could you do anything else? That's right, I would run out of the way too. Full pace, full pace, full pace, full pace. Come on! Basically, you just got to imagine there was an explosion there. Mate, it even works in the garage area over here. That was perfectly fine. This is perfectly normal. Nothing. This feels OEM, as if Criterion themselves did it. You ask for big uns in the game, you get big uns in the game. Let's find out exactly how we get on with this absolute monster. Now, it is worth knowing I did not engine swap it. I kept the standard engine, and it has limitations, but it just sounds so brutal and menacing and like it wants to punch a dog that I really just couldn't swap it. I couldn't do it. Mate, maybe the mass is higher. I just whooped him round like it was dumb nothing. Crew Motorfest who? I don't need no Motorfest no more. I got monster truck in Need for Speed. Whoa. Honestly though, I think for the most part, if I was genuinely going to try this, I would probably hood view it. I don't think it would be worth it. Oh my god, I was a roll. Driving through the city. It doesn't seem that big though. I am in the land of the free, so you know, therefore that's probably partly due to why. Because by comparison in the States, this would be a mid-sized SUV. A mid-sized family SUV specifically. Oh yes, US propaganda. I feel that there is no such thing as a mid-sized SUV. What you've got is big uns and normal-sized cars. We will shut this propaganda. Rocket! We shut it way down. Holy crap, I can do this. I can so do this. No, no, no. No! You bigger, why don't you turn? I just gotta be Rocky, to be fair. That's shit on it. The fucking boost. The boost is not, it's not my friend. When I'm weighing this much, the mass definitely feels a little bit different. It is what I'll say. Maybe it's just the positioning of the wheels on the road taking up, you know, the whole street. But anyway, that was a Piston Rocky 1. I'm not having this. Oh, bro. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Look, I'm not really trying to do this right now, Mr. Officer, but holy crap. What I'm gonna do is give you the benefit of the doubt. I understand you made a mistake. I definitely think in the future of Need for Speed, I'm gonna beg for drivetrain swaps, because something like drivetrain swaps in this would be just what we need. Not that you could build it in the base game anyway, but you know what I'm saying. All right, let's bring it down to a more sensible build. Okay, I am not much of a debadger, but you can see on this Miata, as you would call it, this doesn't have a badge. The rear looks a little bit nicer because of the fact that, well, ultimately the front has a placement for a badge, but it doesn't have a badge. Therefore, it looks a bit silly. These next mods are all created by one person who very much likes Mazdas. It also applies to this Miata, which looks tremendously better because it looks like it's supposed to not have a badge on there. Very cool, very nice. However, the one everyone's gonna care about, that's so funny, is this one, the Mazda RX-7, and she looks stunning. Now, you might also notice another thing that's happened to this. Yes, the interior is red. Now, I'm gonna be real. It looks like you lose basically all detail of the interior. And everything is red. Okay, the badge isn't red, and the little red... The temperature dial, that's not red. But even the rear view mirror is bloody red. So, yeah, everything becomes red. Now, this isn't the only color you could do. There's actually a few different colors. And you can also just change the seats. We'll check that out in a moment, which is really cool because, I mean, this is a really simple way that Criterion themselves could have customization of colors. They could just make us bleach the whole thing one color. And I would say this is better than nothing. And they could definitely do it in a better method with more detail remained and keep some black details. So you've got like a nice balance. The dashboard, for example, that probably shouldn't be red. The vents as well. But anyway, that's not all this person has created. There's actually 3 mods in total created by FoggyJey. That's it, FoggyJey. Car Shop Glow. Is that their custom thing there? That's really cool. Anyway, we've got Unite, None, and these. And you can't even see what they are. How interesting. Oh, yes. Those look awesome. It's also really convenient that the time of day changed to this, but yet red interior, debadged, and these custom lights that work, and they even switch to reverse as well. You can also get just 2 rings or 3 rings, or you can get full. Basically, there's 4 piston variations of these lights. Clearly, they like the RX-7 and Mazdas in general, so I love this, and that's what we've just noticed about both of these different mods by both of these different creators with the monster truck and the RX-7. The RX-7 ones, of course, are on the more subtle side of things, but at the same rate, they are something that you just couldn't do in the base game. This is where the limitations of the criterion customization on something like, especially the older cars, when you hit the wall, is basically what I'm trying to say. I might have been that Car Shop Glow. I think that's just, is that just in the game already? I can't bloody remember. But these are customization styles and things I would like to see basically come to the game permanently in the game as it is. And I feel like something like lights would be tremendously easy for Criterion or whoever develops the next bloody Need for Speed to do. The hue shift of the interior, probably also quite easy to do. Small changes when it comes to like the final design, especially on cars like the R34 or the Supra or the RX-7, like the iconic cars that people always jump to, no matter the game that they're playing. It just means that instead of, you know, just building the same car again, we're actually getting these small changes that ultimately I would put in a lot of effort to unlock for the next game. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. You want my playtime? I just told you how to get it. Oh, mate. Yes. The finishing touches, that red interior that you can hardly see at night because it's dark. Them rear lights shining. Like, just look a little aftermarket, but not too much. They keep the same style as you expect with an RX-7, but elevated another way. The D-badge. What car is it? I should hope you bloody know. And them exhausts popping. Oh, man, it's so sexy. Ah! Okay, there you go, my friends. Need for Speed Unbound. We are very back. I really hope you like this and so I can do more because there may be more.